Hello. Um, yeah, we're gonna be trying out this demo. It was a game that appeared on the OTK Game Expo. It's called Rue Valley. Let me see. I guess while I play, I'll figure out where to put my webcam. But I was very interested in this game. I really liked the art style, and the concept seemed interesting and relatable. Uh, there aren't no credits, or maybe I had to unlock them. It's also completely silent, and I'm not sure if that's intentional. I guess we'll find out what volume this game needs to be at once we click new game. Okay, okay, this should be good. Um, define character personality. You feel neither calculated nor impulsive, but alert and confident. If only you could stay in this state of perfect focus. Wait, oh, they're all different. You're so extremely heedless and restless. You probably won't finish reading the sentence. You're a very impulsive person, no question. Why make plans at all when you'll either change or abandon them mid-execution anyway? That's exactly what I was thinking when I started stream today. I think we're gonna keep it at that. Okay, so introverted or extroverted? Awkward, secretive. Hmm. With okay. You're neither introverted nor extroverted, and you feel equally fine completely alone as you do surrounded by a huge crowd of people. It's a very introverted individual. You neither enjoy nor know how to communicate with others, especially strangers. I can't go all the way. You're aware of the emotions and don't pretend they are not important, but you won't let them overwhelm you. So you can only, okay. You're not that sensitive, but you're not afraid of embracing emotions, both your own and those of other people. Oh, just another way of saying you're a doer, not a thinker. Sometimes you act a bit impulsive, or as you like to put it, you're quick. Saves you time and energy. Your behavior could barely be described as impulsive, but it's true you're not afraid to follow your gut. I think that's the closest I'd say. As a somewhat sensitive person, you easily empathize with others and you are prone to surrender to your own emotions. Yeah. Sounds a lot like me.
The frenetic sound coming from a century-old clock nudges you back to the present. The stale air perfects the image of the old motel room.
Okay.
Still with me, Mr. Harrow?
The doctor takes off his glasses, freeing his bushy eyebrows.
No worries, Mr. Harrow. I'm aware that you may be experiencing a slight lack of motivation right now.
Slight lack of motivation. More like total lack of motivation. You'd rather stay in bed all day instead of attending this joke of a therapy in the middle of nowhere.
Sorry, I'm still adjusting the audio. Okay.
And we'll surely be coming back to this condition of yours later during our sessions. But for now, I just want you to acknowledge its existence and try to stay aware of it at all times, if possible.
Okay.
The silence befalls the room. A muffled sound of clanging from the outside only making the moment more uncomfortable.
I'm completely covering all the text. Okay. I'm fine. Lie. I'll try. Also a lie. Well. I don't know where to put my camera at. I'll try.
That's good to hear. Now, in order to keep us focused, I always limit the session length to exactly 1 hour, hence the alarm. However, since this is your first session, I'll allow a few questions, if there's anything.
Can't you simply state that I'm fine so we can both move on with our lives? Is another session really necessary? I was hoping this would be a one-time thing. I'm gonna just go there.
It may be hard to understand the need for isolation at first, but my methods require complete divergence from the client's regular way of life, as well as temporary distancing from their social groups and circles.
Right.
This place is ideal in that regard. However, it's understandable that you need a period of adaptation to both this idea and to your new surroundings. That's also why I haven't asked you to hand over your phone yet. But please don't be alarmed. We'll talk about all of it in due time. Any other questions?
Oh, we're gonna do all of them at some point. Is another session really necessary? I was hoping this would be a one-time thing.
Mr. Harrow, your case is not to be overlooked. We need to assess the situation carefully.
Your case.
Your case.
Not so long ago, nobody cared about what you do. Yet now, suddenly, your business is everyone's business.
This first session is more for you to get acquainted with me and my methods. We have a long road ahead of us. Anything else?
I don't want to be rude, so I guess we'll just get up.
All right then. That's it for today.
Through the door, you hear that sound again.
You should go and check in at the office. Your room is probably ready by now.
Am I in a... Oh. I'm in like a motel. Next to you is the source of the clangs you heard from inside. A young woman beating up an old vending machine.
Give me my coffee, you jerk!
She's pounding the life out of the poor machine. Okay, I have an idea. I'm gonna put the text, I'm gonna put chat there, I'm gonna put myself right here. And I'm gonna flip myself. Okay. Could she be here for therapy as well? Blocked by total lack of motivation. Who knows, but unlike you, she definitely looks like she needs it. Poor woman, she can consult with a real professional, not a charlatan like Dr. Fink. Nobody needs to be sent away from their home to this dump regardless of their mental state. And yet, what is to be done with lunatics like her? Let them rage around freely, yelling and kicking vending machines wherever they go? Well, if they're breaking the law, they should be sent to prison. There must be a better way to help a distressed person. Perhaps you could speak with her, see if you could help somehow? Or is that too much to ask right now? I guess I have no choice.
Spit it out already!
Whose room? Which room is mine?
Come on, you thief!
I can walk around myself.
I'll break you open if I have to.
Yeah, it's kind of like... It looks like if you've watched, like... Well, it looks like Spider-Verse. The guy looks like Peter B. Parker.
Give me my coffee, you jerk!
And it kind of has like that intergalactic vibe as well.
Spit it
This
out
machine wheezes in suffering. It's very nice looking art style. I happen to notice that the walking, you can kind of like jam your walk cycle. It's coiled like a sleeping serpent. All the attention of the girl behind the counter is occupied by the ongoing phone call.
Yes? Yes, I'm sure.
She says to the person on the other end of the line. Social check. Try to get her attention. It's best to let her make the first move. She'll soon notice you on her own. End the phone call and ask if she can help you. That's what receptionists are supposed to do. Pretend to look at the other leaflets laying on the desk and hope she will address you eventually. Well, I guess I fucking fumbled that. You grab a leaflet and stare through it, mentally preparing for the imminent conversation. You either manage to look like you're here for the leaflets, or she simply doesn't care.
Mm-hmm.
She responds to the other person on the end. After a few dozen anxiety-filled seconds, you finally realize she's not about to cut her call short just because you happen to show up. Well. Grab the cheap-looking pen. The clerk is laser focused on her call and she doesn't even notice you've grabbed a pen. If you wanted to snatch her attention as well, you failed. Reckless, pocket the pen. I want to doodle something. With the pen in your hand and time to kill, you lack nothing except a subject. Try to draw something that makes you happy. You push yourself to remember such a thing, yet nothing comes to mind. Were you always such a sack of misery, even before the accident? If you can't think of anything that makes you happy, how could you ever hope to be happy? With such thoughts swarming inside of you, the endless phone call and the rest of the reality fade into the background. Minutes pass, but the phone call is still not at its end.
Giant donut sign. I have no idea where you are.
She says to her conversation partner. Check out the leaflets that you were pretending to be reading earlier. A picture of a huge rocket and a group of people in red jumpsuits cheering with bottles of water. Above it all, the Coral Destiny logo.
Yes. Now, turn right, and then immediately take a slight left.
She explains to the person on the other side of the call. A picture of an endless desert. The caption at the bottom reads, "Free bottled water for the people of Rue Valley, courtesy of Coral Destiny, your favorite space agency." Take the leaflet with you. You put the leaflet into your back pocket. Leave.
Mhm.
I ain't leaving. Mess with your phone while you wait. Fuck yeah. The phone bleeps to life with a lock screen that is obviously years old. If there wasn't a collection of pixels, it would be musty with age and neglect. Play a quick match of hyper-casual protagonists. Genshin Impact. Scroll through your feed to kill some time. You start scrolling through stale memes, boring news articles, beach photos of ex-acquaintances, and poorly targeted sponsored posts. Scroll some more. In one picture, a grinning middle-aged stranger is apparently showcasing his newest baby. Thanks to a cleverly applied filter, both of them sport donkey ears. In an overly long and arguably racist video, a non-native speaker is repeatedly making embarrassing linguistic errors. They often turn out to be unintentional double entendres. Hilarity ensues. Oh my god, she's still on the phone. The receptionist is still giving directions over the phone and you're getting restless.
Sounds like you missed the exit.
She says to her conversation partner in disappointment. Back to the phone it is! With a gentle touch, the phone screen turns on again. I guess I'll play some hyper-casual protagonists. The first wave of tiny bow-tie-wearing antagonists appear on your phone screen. Touch one of them. Tap the one carrying a golden fork, and he instantly turns into a amorphous purple splotch. A matching splotching sound effect plays at the same time, further confirming that the bow tie wearing golden fork carrying antagonist is no more. Is it just me or is that loud? That was... Why was that so loud? Time goes by and the girl at the reception desk is still talking.
All right. I understand. Yes. Bye.
Holy shit.
Hi. Can I help you? I would have finished the call earlier if I knew you were waiting for me. You're too quiet.
Secretive. Just didn't feel like checking in right away.
You didn't feel like it. And how about now?
Now's good, yeah.
Okay, let's get you into your room. So, number 6. That's the last one on the second floor. Everything is prepared for you, and this is your key card.
Thank you. You stretch your arm politely, hoping she'll hand you the card, but she's completely ignoring your gesture and is excitedly waving it around.
I see you're confused by this. You were expecting an old-fashioned key, weren't you? Well, we've decided to modernize for a number of reasons.
That's great. May I? She nods in response, but then continues as if you hadn't said anything. Why is everyone in this world so stupid?
Actually, one reason to be perfectly honest. The guests just kept on losing their keys. It was exhausting. And my uncle didn't like the cost of replacing so many locks.
It's my fault for looking like I'm interested in chatting. Well, being so slow and lethargic certainly adds to the impression of a person with a lot of time to waste. Listening to her story is unbearable, but it's your punishment. While taking a breath between two sentences, she'd take a look at your sad face, only to continue.
So yes, we've decided to use electronic key cards. Cost us a lot to implement. But now when a guest loses their key, we only need to replace a piece of programmable plastic.
Can we finish the check-in now, please?
Of course, of course.
She takes a deep breath, only to continue talking.
How great is that? It makes my life so much easier.
She takes a deep breath, planning to continue, but a notification sound from her phone interrupts her. She immediately grabs the phone, smiles, and starts typing a message, as if she suddenly forgot she was talking with you.
So, here's your key card.
But after
And
a
I'll
few
need your
seconds, she puts the phone
signature
down and hands the
here.
key card. Sign the document.
Thank you. I'm here if you need anything. Enjoy your stay.
This lady is unbearable, bro. I cannot with her. If I was stuck in a time loop with this lady, I would do some other things. Bye. God, just let me leave, please. I'm surprised that it's not like midnight. I've been sitting there like all day on the second floor. She said room 6. Who the fuck goes up the stairs like that? What am I, a goddamn monkey? The paint is peeling from the wood of the door, but the number 6 is new, shiny, and chrome. Unlock with the key card. A tiny green dot of light shows up near the knob. The door is unlocked. Yeah, I guess this is kind of a chill looking room. This is a chill room. This armchair looks exactly like the one in Dr. Fink's room. Bathroom. Damn, this is a sweet house. A sweet little crib. There are so many dark patches that this can barely be called a mirror. A small cup is on the shelf. Look at the mirror. The mirror splotches make interesting patterns on your face. They conceal a dark circle here, a mole there, a patch of wrinkles. I know that face too well. No need to discern every little detail. Truth be told, you prefer not to look at it. Look at the mirror again. A stranger who looks exactly like you is looking you straight in the eye. Damn. I need to know what happened to this guy, man. This guy's hella miserable. Then again, I built him to be, so Hundreds of strangers have slept in this bed, leaving behind flakes of dead skin. Still, you can't wait to jump into the sheets and contribute to the collection. Unfortunately, between you and the object of your desire, on the folded sheets lies a dusty suitcase. Your suitcase, the smallest one you own. I can't deal with this right now. Yeah, it's such a chore. But the more you prolong it, the worse it will get. If you don't unpack now, it'll feel ever harder and more pointless to do it later. Step by step, a simple act of unpacking will become an insurmountable burden, and even thinking about it will make you feel weak and powerless. Do you really want to crawl back into that deep black pit? Yeah, let's just open the suitcase. Let's be. There's not much in the suitcase. Spare clothes, a phone charger, a toothbrush, and a couple of other items. You really weren't planning on staying here long. Well, you better see if they have laundry facilities. Sessions, Dr. Fink said. Or weeks. Months even? Did I do it? Oh, I just threw everything on the floor. There. No reason to spend the whole evening unpacking. After all, you've always preferred a more casual arrangement for your stuff. So I just fucking threw everything around. Yep, sounds about right. And now that the suitcase has been dealt with, the motel room is officially your home. It'll do. That's the spirit. Fall onto the bed. You fall into the bed with all of your weight. It croaks and squirms, and a cloud of dust and skin particles rise up. As soon as your head touches the rough pillow, though, tiredness overwhelms you. Coming to this nowhere motel to attend therapy you don't need has drained you both physically and mentally. You are desperate to get some sleep, yet, after weeks of wakeful nights, you know it won't come that easy. That's what your phone. With a gentle touch, the screen turns on again. I don't want to play that game. That game was loud. Scroll through the feed. That always makes you drowsy. You start scrolling, but every post looks like you've already seen it before. Same old, same old. But you don't have a moment to celebrate before your ears are pierced by a ringtone. Answer the phone.
Hello, sir. Am I speaking with Eugene Harrow?
The line crackles heavily as if the man is speaking from the distant past. Who wants to know?
My name is Percy Rugger, and I'm a senior sales executive at Ulterior Paralegal Exploits Consultancy. We'd like to offer our help regarding your case.
My case?
Well, if my information is correct, you have recently been unjustly forced to participate in a treatment which, in our opinion, may have consequences not aligned with your best interests. Now, I'm sure you're quite concerned about it, Mr. Harrow, but don't worry. We're here to help you regain your rights.
Sounds like Namor for some reason. Thank you, but I'm not interested in your services at the moment. I'd rather not talk about it. Go 3.
Of course, of course. I'll assume you have nothing against if I call again later just to make sure you haven't changed your mind. I'll write that down here. Eugene, Mr. Harrow, it was a pleasure. Talk to you soon. Tschüss.
Tschüss. Before you have a chance to say anything, the phone line is already dead. But at least now you know you're not the only one who realizes the absurdity of this mandated psychotherapy. Well then, back to the phone. With a gentle touch, the phone screen turns on again. No, fuck, I have to play the game. Playing this game right now, for some reason, it feels unsettling. It's not your fault. You're simply too nervous to play a stressful game like this right now. Eventually, bored and tired of looking at the tiny screen, you put the phone down, finally admitting it won't help you sleep. Nothing else to do except close your eyes and hope sleep will come. For a precious moment, there's only darkness and silence, but your mind refuses to calm down, and soon your thoughts start chasing each other in circles. Whoa. Chatty receptionist. From the blur of the half-formed memories and impressions, an image of the receptionist emerges. You're desperately trying to catch her attention, but she's completely engrossed in her ongoing phone call. Pretend to look at the leaflets. What a pathetic attempt at acting. Or were you a bad actor on purpose, hoping she'd take pity on you? You see yourself standing in the new motel room, holding your phone next to your right ear.
My name is Percy Rucker, and I'm a senior sales executive at Ulterior Paralegal Exploits Consultancy. We'd like to offer our help regarding your case.
Case. Oh, come on. You know what he's talking about. Memory. You received a phone call from Percy Rugger, a senior sales executive at Ulterior Paralegal Exploits Consultancy. I don't know what he's talking about, actually. Out of the swirling images, the bushy eyebrows of your new psychotherapist emerge, bouncing up and down as he talks.
Still with me, Mr. Harrow?
I'm terribly sorry I wandered off. Could you repeat that, please? He's so boring, you almost fell asleep, and you apologize to him? You're such a doormat. You have survived the first session with your court-assigned psychotherapist. Despite your effort to act normal, it seems he plans to keep you here for some time. The image of a young woman flashes before your mind's eye. She's punching and kicking the old vending machine. Could she be here for therapy as well? Ignore her. It is what it is. You have nothing to say, nothing to do, just the bare minimum. A young woman A young woman apparently holds some kind of grudge against the vending machine in the motel's parking lot. As your consciousness keeps spinning around, the carousel of recent experiences turn into a cyclone of painful memories, repressed thoughts, and strange images. The figure of your angry father towers over you.
It's not up to you to decide anymore. Now I just want you done.
He says, frowning at you in disappointment. The emptiness inside you grows, absorbing one more chunk of yourself. You are falling. From the deepest pit of your childhood memories, warped by the tooth of time, an image of your father condemns you for your transgression. You're desperately searching for something in the dark, dusty attic full of broken furniture and random clutter. You don't recall ever being here before, but you know it's the attic of your own house, and every piece of old junk that you stumble upon feels somehow familiar, although you cannot fully recognize any of it. Open the chest covered in cobwebs. Inside the chest is a pile of old letters. Can't remember if they are yours, but you know that they're not worth reading. Look below the moldy remnants of a sofa. You look underneath the sofa and only darkness meets your eye. You stretch out your arm reluctantly, but you only find dust and dead insect shells. Ew. Search behind a pile of crumbling decade-old books. You carefully move the pile to the side and discover another pile of even older books hiding behind it. While moving the second pile, despite your care, some of the books simply turn to dust, only for a third pile to be revealed, of books so ancient you don't dare to even touch them. You give up. You've been desperately looking for something in a dark, dusty attic full of broken furniture and random clutter. You don't know what you've been searching for, but now you know you haven't found it. You find yourself walking through a desert. Your eyes are fixed on a guide in front of you, and your feet are trying to keep up with their steady pace. But the distance between you keeps growing until the guide becomes merely a dot nearing the horizon. Once you finally admit you can no longer see them, your body collapses onto the cracked earth below. You surrender to the bittersweet feeling of hopelessness and decide this spot will be your grave, and the sun is your executioner. But it will be no swift act of mercy. No, you will be tortured and kept wishing for it all to just end. Cry. You expected sweet relief, the only one possible for a tortured convict waiting a death sentence. While walking through an endless desert, you couldn't keep up with your only guide and accepted a slow, painful death under the merciless sun. Wait, so we got convicted of a murder? I'm so confused. Emancipate the cocooned memories. Why bring back old painful memories? Better to leave them hidden deep inside and forget about them. Or are you strong enough to confront them? Hold to commit. Not enough willpower. Don't worry, these are not real memories, but they are the embodiment of my feelings. More like random neural activity in your brain. Best forget about them. They didn't feel random at all. Could be, but are you strong enough to confront them? Not yet. The sound of a car engine and screeching tires urges you to open your eyes, bringing you back to miserable reality once again. Your head is still spinning in a whirlwind of uncontrollable thoughts. Your nostrils pick up a curious smell of dust, and your throat is as dry as a desert. It was foolish to hope you'd fall asleep. Thirsty, get up and find some water. Uh, the sink. Turn on the tap and drink some water. I'm about to die doing this. There are so many dark patches that it can barely be called a mirror. Okay. The small cup on the shelf was meant to hold a toothbrush and toothpaste, but you did it your way. Turn on the tap and drink some water. As soon as you turn on the tap, a horrible smell fills your nostrils. It's like there's a plumbing issue in hell, and all that blocked sewage is feeding directly into this faucet. God, this is just the worst fucking day for this guy, huh? Then you see the water streaming out of the tap. It's a robust shade of jet black mixed with chunks of silt. Nowadays, everything is supposedly unhealthy. Proceed. As soon as the first drop of water enters your mouth... Wait, no! I didn't want to drink it! As soon as the first drop of water enters your mouth, the taste of mud and sharp metals overwhelm you, and before you have a chance to stop, it reaches down your throat and into your stomach. Bile starts rising up with the remnants of what meager food you ate today. Aim for the sink. The toilet has to be the most natural place to unload the contents. The bathtub is the largest and thus the safest target. Let's go to the toilet. God damn. Fuck it. Hawk Tua that shit. At last, that horrible taste of heavy metals and toxic soil is gone, replaced by one of stinging acid and semi-digested food. But instead of quenching your thirst, you expelled what little liquid you had inside you, making you even weaker and more dehydrated. Guilt-ridden. You fucked up again, Eugene. When will you learn? There has to be some source of drinkable water in the motel. I fucked up. You know the answer to that question. We go to the vending machine. Wait a minute. Was that water? Oh. God damn it. You hear the man yell from inside his vehicle. Even though the tinted windshield, you can feel his frustration.
Come on, start, you piece of shit.
He yells at the car. He seems to be in a hurry. In a hurry to break his neck, perhaps? Come to think of it, could it be that's exactly what he's trying to do? I'd rather not think about that right now. Right, let's find something to drink. I don't get it. I don't want to get wet. Okay, at least I walk downstairs normally. Jesus. That got me. You jump as if someone jabbed you in the stomach. For a split second, the whole world was exploding, but it was just a thunderclap, the loudest one you ever witnessed. At least my reflexes still work. As well as your heart. It's racing from the sudden shock. Yeah, you telling me. But there's nothing to use this unwanted excess of adrenaline for, so it keeps lingering, eating you from the inside out while you stand alone and thirsty in the middle of the empty parking lot. Man, this is the most difficult way to get a drink in my life. This man is miserable. Can I walk, please? What's up with the controls? Press the comically large red button right now. You just have to. Kick the machine. With a bang and a clang, the machine vomits out a bottle of water. That's it? Wait, does this mean that the water is for free? I'll take it. The almost frozen plastic feels slippery in your sweaty hand. Can't wait to drain it of this precious fluid. My boy, it's just a water bottle. You've asserted your physical dominance over a non-sentient being. Kick the machine again. You're starting to understand that woman a little better. Perhaps she's not crazy after all. So how do I drink it? Why are you... Why? Yeah, you can't be seen. It's too dark. No. Yes. The almost freezing liquid streams down your throat. Some of it's still spilling down your chin. In a gulp or two, your thirst is quenched, and the bottle is but an empty plastic husk. Hello? You can't hide from the whole skyline fire any better than you can from your own past. At least I don't have to face it. Okay, I'm dead, I guess. How do I let go of it? Your eyelids connect, and darkness greets you for a mere second, but as always, the carousel of suffering starts spinning immediately. That's easy. Simply let go of yourself. What kind of answer is that?
I see you're confused by this. You were expecting an old-fashioned key, weren't you?
What I wasn't expecting is you. But the receptionist disappears, and instead, the fiery sky begins burning its way through the darkness, cutting several straight, narrow slits into your closed eyelids. I want this to stop. Well then, keep craving, keep clinging, keep suffering. I have no choice. What the fuck just happened?
Still with me, Mr. Harrow?
Oh, what? Oops. Oh. Surely there's something pleasant to think of instead of this bushy-eyebrowed psychotherapist and his court-mandated therapy. Think of something soothing. But Dr. Fink only seems to become more real. Mr. Harrow, can you hear me? Yes, sorry.
It's all right. I am aware that you may be experiencing a slight lack of motivation right now, and we'll surely be coming back to this condition of yours.
Lack of motivation? That's the least of your worries while your mind is still filled with this crushing, overwhelming sense of impending. Wait, did you hear that? A muffled sound of metallic clanging from outside diverts your frail attention. For some unknown reason, your heartbeat accelerates and a cold sweat appears on your armpits.
At all times, if possible. Hmm?
The doctor finishes, apparently expecting some sort of answer from you. Oops.
No worries, Mr. Harrow. You seem to have had enough talk for today anyway.
He stops and gives you a concerned look.
Mr. Harrow, you're shaking. Are you feeling unwell?
Yeah, I don't know what the hell just happened. Well, you endured the whole session stoically so far, but this one moment of anxiety, it could have completely ruined your chances of being sent back anytime soon. Emotional check. Try and act like the stable, well-adjusted person that you are. Epic fail. You open your mouth with the intention of convincing him that you're fine, but the stress is just too high to control, and it instantly overwhelms you. Uh, Cry your heart out. Your face wrinkles in spasm and tears burst out of your eyes suddenly as if a pressurized canister full of ocean water has been ruptured by a stray bullet.
It's all right to let it out.
You recognize great compassion in his voice. Gradually, sob by sob, you calm down and your breathing slows down to its usual tempo.
There are tissues on the table if you need them.
Wipe your tears using your sleeve. I'm
Feeling a little better? Good. May I ask, how is your sleep these days?
I haven't slept in months.
Is that so?
He seems to inspect the dark circles under your eyes.
Well then, if you happen to have trouble falling asleep tonight,
He opened his hand, revealing a single purple pill laying on his palm.
There's no reflection in his glasses. Behind them, a pair of bushy eyebrows.
Okay, sometimes it voices it and sometimes it doesn't. Reach for the pill.
Remember, what I'm giving you is a mild, non-prescription herbal hypnotic drug. Nothing more.
Take the purple pill.
Hopefully, it'll help you calm down and get some rest tonight. We'll continue tomorrow. All right then.
Alright, bro. He
Now,
gave me a perk.
You only need to pick up the key card for
Let's
your room,
go.
and I'll call the reception to make sure everything is in order. Sounds good?
Thank you. Yay, we got the perky. Why am I so agitated all of a sudden? We must have gotten lost for a moment while the doctor was speaking. It couldn't have possibly happened more than a couple minutes ago, but it feels like an hour has passed since. And then, the sound of that old clock awakened you from a daydream you can't remember, and this overwhelming tsunami of dread appeared out of nowhere. Take a moment to calm yourself down. You point your gaze towards the endless unmoving desert. It's calm in the distance. But not so much here. Wait, what? But not so much right here, as the machine-hating woman keeps hitting it violently. Just get away from her.
Give me my coffee, you jerk! Spit it out already!
So that explosion just made me reset the day?
You see the industrial compressor sign? No?
All the attention of the girl behind the counter is being hogged by the ongoing phone call.
Yes. Now turn right, and then immediately take a slight left. Hold on, I've got someone on another line.
She presses a button on the phone.
Hello, reception. What can I do for you, Dr. Fink? Okay. Yes, he's here. Of course, no problem.
In an instant, the realization dawns on you. Because of your crying outburst at the end of the session, Dr. Fink must have just warned the receptionist of your condition. Smile at her. She smiles back at you as she touches the button again.
Hey, listen. I have to go now, so let's... I know. We'll have to manage without it today. I know. Sorry. Bye.
Wait, so who the hell was she talking to?
Hello, Mr. Harrow. How are you? Are you ready to check in?
I sure
Everything is
am.
in perfect order. Don't you worry a bit about anything.
Thank you. You're welcome. Let's get you into your room. Her voice is full of enthusiasm.
So, number 6. That's the last one on the second floor. Everything is prepared for you, and this is your key card. I see you're confused by this. You were expecting an old-fashioned key, weren't you? Well, we've decided to modernize for a number of reasons. You must be very tired. Perhaps I'll tell you about it some other time. It's a really interesting story.
I'm looking forward to hearing it sometime.
Here,
Not.
I'll just need your signature.
Sign the document.
Thank you. I'm here if you need anything. Enjoy your stay.
Bye-bye. Alright, let's walk up the stairs like an animal. Unlock the door and enter. Fuck, I gotta open my suitcase again? Why am I afraid of unpacking? Perhaps you're scared of what you might find inside? Or maybe you're worried that by unpacking, you accept that you're going to stay here for some time? What could be inside? You. Me? I can't fit in that. Perhaps I could relax a bit in the armchair instead. As soon as your buttocks touch the frayed armchair seat, tiredness overwhelms you. Going to this nowhere motel to attend therapy you don't need has drained you both physically and mentally. All you want to do is sleep, but unnerving restlessness is gnawing at you from the inside, like a colony of termites munching on a piece of dead wood. Swallow the purple pill. Swallowing a pill without a water is not a pleasant task, true, but getting up is only to get some water is definitely feels like a much too much of an effort. Force the pill down your throat. Yep. Yum. Using saliva as lubricant. You help the purple capsule find its way into your body. You have no idea how long it will take until the effects kick in, so there's nothing to do but wait. Just close your eyes and hope sleep will come. For a precious moment, there's only darkness, but images start flashing quickly. Without your consent, a veritable carousel of impressions and experiences.
Hello, sir. Am I speaking with Eugene Harrow?
What can I do for you?
Well, Mr. Harrow, the real question is, what can we do for you? My name is Percy Rugger, and I'm a senior sales executive at Ulterior Paralegal Exploits Consultancy. We'd like to offer our help regarding your case. Well, Mr. Harrow, please don't let the name fool you. We are the most respectable yet cutting-edge agency, which means we work on the edge of, but still inside, the established legal framework. In fact, we are the leader in our field. Now, if my information is correct, you have recently been unjustly forced to participate in a treatment which, in our opinion, may have consequences not aligned with your best interests.
I'd rather not talk about it.
Mr. Harrow, I completely understand how you feel. Even for me, it's hard to talk, hard to even think about the injustice that has occurred. But we will work together to put an end to this undue response to your, well, unique situation.
I still don't
I mean,
understand
we
what's
have only
happened.
known each other for a couple of minutes, and I can already see what a strong willed individual you are. You know what you want, and nothing will stop you from getting it.
Right, okay.
So, I presume you're ready for the next step in our cooperation.
Alright.
Now that's what I like to hear. Eugene, Mr. Harrow, you truly are a man of action.
Thanks,
I'll
man.
write down your general consent here and forward your case to my colleagues in our paralegal department. They'll contact you shortly. Well, Mr. Harrow, it was a colossal pleasure talking with you. Tschüss.
Before you have a chance to say anything, the phone line is already dead. Close your eyes again. Oh, more stuff. Judging by the careless driving you just witnessed, the man is either under the influence or another patient of Dr. Fink's. He seems to be in a hurry. In a hurry to break his neck, perhaps? You saw a strange man entering a car and carelessly driving away. When did this happen? This evening, but later. Suddenly the night sky turns a blood red, and you feel an infinite scream passing through everything. Unbearable anxiety engulfs you. Hide. But you can't hide from the whole sky being on fire, any better than you can from your own past. Then suddenly everything happened again. Everything again, but nothing after. For a split second the whole world was exploding, but it was just a thunderclap, as well as your own heart. It's racing from the sudden shock. The loudest peal of thunder you've ever heard rings out as lightning strikes the motel. What's happening? The meaning of what you've just experienced is still hard to grasp. Is this some weird deja vu? Memories seem so real, and yet these things clearly never happened. Have you actually gone completely mad, and they were right to send you to Dr. Fink? But what if the careless driver really does show up? What if lightning actually strikes the motel, and the night sky turns red? How could you remember something that is yet to happen? Then again, why would you imagine events so specific? Not enough willpower. You want to get up and find out if these strange memories will play out in reality, or if it is all but a fever dream of a lunatic. Yet you can't. It's all too much. All you really want to do is forget you ever had these weird visions. To forget about even being here. To forget about the incident. Stay in the armchair forever. Uh, well, I guess I'm staying here forever. Close your eyes again. You expect the images to return at any moment, but gradually your thoughts begin to slow down and your consciousness lightens its feverish grip on you. No pressure. Status lost. Anxious apprehension. Easy. Was it the purple pill? Oh my god. It doesn't matter. Nothing matters. Embrace the sweet relief. Like a leaf on the wind, you're tossed this way and that. But what is this? A tiny spark of light seems to have taken root deep inside of you. It must have broken away from that mighty forked bolt on the brightest lightning you ever saw earlier. A spark still without shape, still without purpose, but full of potential. That got me again. Jerks me out of my slumber. Jerks me. Hey, I lost motivation. Easy. Willpower gained. Sometimes all it takes is a spark. The speck of energy now fully grown is pulsing in your chest. You remember this feeling. And as you finally recognize what it is, your pathetic attempt at forgetting about what you experienced earlier is shattered. I can use my brain now. You have to find out if the careless driver showed up again. You must know if the sky will really be set ablaze. You need to see if everything will happen again, and if it does, you need to remember. Get up. The rain is slackened off, and you see nothing out of the ordinary, nothing you could put your finger on. If the careless driver visited the motel, he had surely left already while you were sleeping. I should have found the strength to get up earlier. There. It's not your fault. You were incapacitated. Investigate strange occurrences. Glance toward the parking lot. As you stare at the reflections on the wet, dark asphalt, the memory begins unfolding in your mind again. He enters the car, starts the engine, and then he hits the transformer while driving in reverse, smashing his rear light before driving away in a cloud of smoke. If this really happened, you may be able to find some evidence down there. That's right. Walk, bro. The controls are really weird. I don't know why they're like, they feel so stiff. Like I'll press this button. Okay, it's weird. Okay, anyways. Investigate strange occurrence. Look at the shards. Inspect the transformer. The transformer doesn't show any obvious signs of the impact. There are several small ones scattered all around, translucent triangles and rhomboids. The largest of them are lying right next to the transformer, shiny and wet, boldly staring at you from the dirty asphalt. Investigate strange occurrences. Inspect the largest shard. The shard is obviously part of a broken tail light. This means he's been here already. There's no other option. I knew I would find something here, and I did. So it has to be true. And then before you could wrap your head around all of this, the skies are once again set ablaze. And exactly as you remembered, only confusing you even further. What will happen now? Will you find yourself back at Dr. Fink's office in a moment? Will you remember anything? Or was this a one-time thing, and the evening will now continue as if nothing had happened? Befuddled, you cast your gaze on your wristwatch. It's 8:47 p.m. The frantic sound of the alarm nudges you back to the present.
Still with me, Mr. Harrow?
Just nod.
Mr. Harrow, I am aware of a slight lack of motivation you may be experiencing right now.
Lack of motivation, but you are motivated. You just need to remember. Yes, there's something very important. A muffled sound of metallic clanging from the outside interrupts your train of thought. Suddenly, an image of a young woman punching and kicking the old vending machine emerges in your mind. But like the first rock in an avalanche, it's inevitably followed by others, and more memories start emerging. The receptionist, the thunder, the mysterious driver, and finally, that of yourself, standing in the front of the transformer under the fiery sky, hoping you won't forget everything again. As you struggle to put the memories in your correct order, your mental fog dissipates, and two simple words form on your lips: time loop. Seems like you're trapped in some sort of time loop where the same 47
Time
minutes.
loop.
Wait, what? Oh, shit, I said that out loud?
I don't think I follow, Mr. Harrow. Would you care to elaborate?
Hey, ignore me. I'm talking to chat. No, it's over. No! Man, what a really strange but interesting concept. I mean, everything about this I love. It's the art style is really great. The story, I'm gripped onto the story. I have no idea what the hell happened to this guy. I don't know why the fucking world explodes and he's in a time loop and I don't know what he did or why he's here. None of it really makes any sense, but I think once the game comes out, I definitely have to pick it up because I need to know how this ends. I have it wish listed already, so no credits. Continue. Wait, what'd I do? Am I repeating this? Dude, walk. Okay, I see. Yeah, no, I I want to finish this game for sure. Um, we'll see when it comes out. I'll definitely pick that game up and we'll finish it. Um, I I know it doesn't really sound like a lot to say. I mean, obviously it's a demo, so there's not much I can give on it, but I need to know how it ends. And that's a really good way of making a game demo that makes you want more. And even, you know, like 45 minutes to an hour of gameplay for a demo is not bad, especially when it kind of gets you into the loop, no pun intended, of what the game cycle is going to be, and I really wonder how it's going to play out. But that's the end of that, and that's going to be the end of the recorded segment. Uh, I'm going to have the link to the demo in the description. Definitely go try it for yourself. It's free to play the demo, obviously. And when the game comes out, you should totally wishlist it. You should totally wishlist it now so you can get it when it comes out. Because that's how wishlisting works. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon.